Let's talk about the latest DC Comics news and their upcoming new line of comic books. This is from Bleeding Cool yesterday, where they reported that DC Comics was set to launch their own version of Marvel's Ultimate Comics, and that's going to be headed up by the legendary Scott Snyder. Now, this new line of DC Comics, it sounds like it's going to be called Absolute Comics, and that it'll run simultaneously with the mainline DC Comics series, meaning that this isn't a full New 52 reboot the whole universe type of thing. It's going to be more similar to how Marvel is handling Spider-Man, where they have the Zeb Wells mainline run, and then they have the separate Hickman Ultimate Spider-Man run. I think that this makes a ton of sense from DC Comics, especially given the success of Marvel's Ultimate Comics relaunch earlier in the year. It only makes sense for DC to try to do something similar. Now, this is pure speculation on my part, but I imagine we'll be seeing both Mark Waid and Dan Mora's next project, and then Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo's next project under this Absolute Comics banner. And I only say that because it looks like they're going to be leaving their current DC ongoing soon. Also in the news, it looks like DC's next initiative following the dawn of DC is called DC All In. If I had to guess, I think this means that DC is going all in on comic books, where they're going to have their main line that we're all familiar with, and then in addition to that, they'll have their new Absolute Comics line, where anybody can just jump in and start those new series. And then they also have two more imprints that we can't forget about. They have the DC Black Label for more mature prestige format, one-off type of stories. And then they also have their new DC Elseworlds imprint is coming back. And this is going to be stuff for like Deceased or Dark Knights of Steel. I guess we'll have to see how DC handles all four of these different imprints. Will each imprint be able to stand on its own? Because right now it seems like there's a lot of crossover in the goals of each imprint. So I guess we'll have to see how that turns out. But overall, what did you guys think of this news? I'm cautiously optimistic myself. But either way, it's a great time to be a comic book fan. Thank you guys for watching and read more comics.